Hello everyone and welcome back. This is Genius Asinas. In this video, I am going to demonstrate how to turn off the formula bar, ribbons, and headers in Excel to save more space for the working area. Having a wide working area, it's easy and comfortable for us to work with the document. I will also demonstrate how to change the page size, orientation, and background of the worksheet. Depending how you use this application and how the final output of the document would look like, you can modify the settings in Excel as you want. Okay, let's do it. By default, this is the appearance of Excel with an empty worksheet. This is the document area with grid lines, the column and row headers, the formula bar, and the ribbon. Our activities for this tutorial is to turn off the settings so that we can have enough space when working with the document. Okay, let's try. First, I have to click the View tab and uncheck grid lines, headings, and formula bar, and at the right side click this button to collapse the ribbon. Now we have changed the appearance of the worksheet by adjusting the settings. Next, I have to make changes to the page layout. First, click the page layout tab. This is the margin, the page orientation, and the paper sizes, three of which are the most commonly used sizes for document editing. Now let's go back to page orientation. So there are two, the portrait and the landscape. This is how it looks like. This is the portrait, where the width is smaller than the height, and for the landscape the width is greater than the height. Okay, now let's look at the sample data. The sample data pertaining to document having this information. Now we want to lay out this page in landscape permission, and then we will select the paper size of legal. Okay, so we are going to change it to landscape. Now let's try to print it. Okay, now this is now the appearance of our output using the page layout of landscape and legal size as our size of paper. Then for the margins, we can use this normal, okay, or wide. Okay, so this is now the final output for our document to be printed in landscape using a paper size of legal. Now let's move to another topic, which is under page layout. This time we'll discuss the print area. This is the whole document of our sample data, and there are times that we want only to print a portion of the whole document. Now supposing from this row up to this row. Okay, so we want only to print this selected rows of information. Now to do that, we have to set the print area, okay, and then to see the output of our selected data to be printed, so let's go back to print, and now this is the output. So the whole document is not printed, but only a portion indicated by the set print area. Okay, so we want to limit only those information that we want to print. Okay, now let's move on to changing the background of our worksheet. Okay, so you have to click the page layout, then click this button, and then you are going to select a file from your computer. Okay, supposing we will select from this or from the other, this one. Okay, so to insert that, you have to click insert. Okay, so we have a very nice worksheet with a background. Now to summarize the topics that I have already discussed, let's have this demo application. Now in our demo application, this is an electronic sales invoice in which I have already turned off the formula bar, the headers, the grid lines, and also the ribbon. I have collapsed it. Now this is being configured that the buttons below should not be printed because we want only to print the data. So I have made changes to the area where I want to print, so only this portion to be printed. Okay, so this example automated sales invoice, the following settings are off: the formula bar, the grid lines, and the headers. Then the print area is set to selected lines to exclude the buttons in the final output when printed. And of course, the page orientation is set to portrait. Okay, so let's try it to print. Now let's look at the output. Okay, so the buttons are not included, only those information that is relevant for customers are being included in the print out. Alright guys, that's the end of our tutorial. I hope you enjoy and learn something from this episode. This is Genius Asenas serving you. Mabuhay Pilipinas. Bye-bye.